Hi bestie, how's it going? How are you getting on today? So today is an important video for me because yesterday I shared with you something very big, and it was this here. We have saved so much so far. So this year I've managed to save 44,441 and 49 pence, and so far the overall picture for me is 65,675.55 that I've saved up so far. So that's going into my house. It's always been a dream of me to own my own home by myself, and I want to get to a place where I have enough money for a £100,000 down deposit, which is like so difficult, but I want to be as financially responsible with home ownership as I possibly can and while I can at this point in my life. I set myself a goal of 2025 to buy a home. 2025 is important because it is my 40th year on this planet. That's just where I want to be. Not necessarily for my birthday, but by the end of the year I want to have my own home, a home that I love, a home that I'm proud of, and one that I'm not stressing about mortgage repayments on. We've got a lot to do in terms of setting aside goals for this year, and Bessie is a big one, so let's get into it. So when we look in the more than a budget planner over here, we have this goals page. On yesterday's video we went through this and we realized that we've achieved all of the goals. So not only the big goal, but the three sort of auxiliary goals on the side. Now in an ideal world, what I would be doing is setting up a new page review, but the new planner, which is out in a couple days time, I haven't got her yet. We're just gonna be doing it on a piece of paper like we always do. So we're gonna move her aside and we're gonna move over to, you know, the best invention ever, a piece of receipt paper. So we're going to write down our goals here. So let's work out where we're at with our goals. Saved so far. So saved so far. So this is where we're at the moment, is 65,675.55. The house goal, so that's the main goal for this year, is 100k. That is just such a big amount of money. Who thought when I started this channel, when I was so in debt, I'd be talking to you about, yeah, I'd really like to have £100,000. So when we take the 65 quid away from that 100k, what I actually have to save to make that dream a reality is 34,324.45. Now, I know that sounds like a really small amount of money when you consider how much money I've saved this year. I've had a wonderful year. There's no guarantees that the last year I've had is going to be replicated this year. So you never know what's going to happen. So that might sound no money compared to where we've come from and what we've done, but it might be a challenge for the year. I'd also like to save an additional 10k, and that would be for moving, fees, like small minor renovations, just in terms of the home, if that's like what needs to happen, right? So really what I want is 44,324.45. That's really what I want. So it is 110k, but 100k is for the house purchase, right? Let's talk about how I'm going to get there. So obviously, you know, I'm no stranger to an envelope challenge. On this channel, we have completed the 26 envelope challenge, we've completed the 52 envelope challenge, we've completed the 100 envelope challenge, and last year we completed the 200 envelope challenge. I've got a new product for you, which I'm going to be doing next year, and it's going to, well, I've been teasing it a lot, and it's nothing special, but I'm really pleased with it. So let's see her. So this is the 150 envelope challenge, and as you can see on her, she saves £11,325 in 150 stuffings. It will work exactly the same as all my other envelope challenge. So we've got the envelope sticker here, and they correspond in colour to the other. So if we completed envelope 136 right down here in this corner here, once we completed it, it turns from an open envelope to a closed envelope, just like that. This is just how I like to save up money, right? So I'm going to do this, but it's going to be all digital, right? So this is how it works. Let's say I completed envelope 53. I find the matching envelope, which is that one there, stick it over the top. I am going to do it all digitally, and when it's complete, this is one big long sticker here. So you change that from what the title is to just saying complete. Now, I know what you're asking, and I know what you're thinking. You're trying to save up £44,000. How on earth is 11 grand going to get you there? Well, if we flip this over, it actually becomes a 300 envelope challenge. When you do 300 envelopes, it saves 45,150, which is about perfect where I want to go. This is really a good listing for people. So if you want it for the 100 envelope challenge, 150 envelope challenge, sorry, you buy this, it goes from envelopes 1 all the way to 150 and you get 1 sticker sheet. Then if you want the 300 envelope challenge, you get it and the other side starts off from where you finish, so 150, starts from 151 all the way to 300 and you get 2 sticker sheets. So it's a really good way to do that. So also on the listing, eventually I'll have the possibility for you to be able to buy the sticker sheet by itself. So if you don't have a lot of belief in yourself right now and you only want to attempt the 150 envelope challenge, but later on you're like, do you know what, you can buy 1 extra sticker sheet if you want. So that will come eventually. This is how I'm going to be doing it. This is all going to be digital though this time, and I'll probably share it on shorts. So if you wanted a little bit more challenge than the 100 envelope challenge, but not quite as much as the 200 envelope challenge, the 150 would be a lovely way to go. But if you're like me and you need about 45k by the end of the year, this is how you want to go. So these are available in my Etsy store literally today. So if you want to grab this, grab your hands on it. It's available for you right now, and I will be doing a digital listing of this as well. It may be available now or it might be in the future, just for the European and Northern Ireland customers who, you know, unfortunately we had to very recently say goodbye to their sales. So going back to this page here, how are we going to do it? We're going to do that through the 300 envelope challenge. So it's a lot. So how it will work out is it will save for me 45,150, which is, when we divide it by 12, roughly 3,762.50 per month. So that's a 4.5 week month, I guess. So in a 4 week month, it'll be slightly less than that. In a 5 week month, it'll be slightly more than that. I'm not going to make that every month. So it's going to be a situation of what happened this year is when I have a very good month, like an advent calendar drops or something like that, I'm really going to be tackling those 300s, those 299s, all of those envelopes. And in normal months, we'll be somewhere in the 50s and 60s trying to get as many envelopes done as possible. So that's my main goal. And that is a stretch goal, bestie. It is a stretch goal. That's going to be really difficult, but you never know until you try. If I fail, then I won't have a house. So let's put everything we've got into it. So there are a couple more goals that I have, which are kind of a bit more fluid right now. You'll kind of understand them a little bit more the video this Thursday, because on this Thursday I'm going to share with you my setup for 2025. But I kind of want to give you the rationale as to why my setup's going to change, because this year, and especially towards the end of this year, I came to the realization that I'm not taking great care of myself. I'm not looking after myself very, very well, because I have been head down focused on getting this house, and it came to the realization that I'm not cultivating the friendships that I really, really care about. And what I didn't want to do is end up in a house that is lovely but no one to share it with. For me, dating and spending time with friends is more and more important to next year. So taking care of myself, but also I've neglected a lot of things, like you've noticed where I've like not got a haircut and stuff like that, but I've neglected taking care of myself and taking pride in my appearance and stuff like that for such a long time, and now's the time to kind of make that work in tandem and not to neglect myself. So for 2025, I want to focus on personal. So focus on not me, because I think that's a bit too like guttural. I don't like saying that. I want to focus on personal. So I do want to get a lot more tattoos that I've let on. I want to spend more money on social. I want to have a social fund again. I want to spend time going out with my friends, their kids. I want to spend more time with my nephews and nieces. I want to date more. I want to do that sort of stuff and just enjoy myself and not think, oh, where's that money coming from, right? I want to have money for it so that it's like fun, right? Also things that I've been like, I've never told you about or stuff like that is like mole removal. They're at the back of my head. They're ugly, right? It's incredibly expensive to get a mole removed, but I want to do it. It's always been one of those things that seems frivolous and ridiculous, because it kind of is when you are in a place where you're saving up money for a house, and it sets you so much further back when you know, you could just have that extra couple hundred quid. But when you're talking about £100,000, bestie, what is 250 quid to get a bloody mole removed? Do you know what I mean? And then sort of think more about clothes. So this year I started a fitness journey, and it's going to continue in the new year. Clothes are going to be wanted because I might be smaller. It's not the goal, but I want to be fitter, I want to be more healthier, and with that comes a smaller person size normally. So if that happens, and again, that's not the goal, if that does happen, I don't want to have things that don't fit me. So let's talk about the other thing. I've shared it with people on lives, is next year, and I'm committing this to you, a personal goal of mine is to run Race for Life. So Race for Life, I'm going to tell you more about that in the future, but at this point in my life, I would have signed up for it. So in the description is the donation thing. Race for Life is a thing in the UK where you run 5 or 10k for cancer charities. It's for cancer research. It's super important. It does so much good in the world, but you need to have at least £50 sponsorship. So what I'm asking for is £50 from each and every one of you. Send me all your money, bestie, because all of that goes to incredible causes. I spoke to Kyla the other day about this. I said I would like to run the 5k for Race for Life. It's, you know, running is really helping me with my mental health. And she said, no, I don't want to do it. Let's do the 10k. So now I'm doing a 10k. You'll be able to see on the link up exactly when and where I am running the race, and you are welcome to come and cheer me along, but you must give me money. So there is a link in the description. Send me everything you got. It is Christmas. It is time for giving. I want to bankrupt you. No, not really. But if you can afford it, if it's within your budget, please donate. It goes to a wonderful place. The secret goal in my head is £1,000. It'd be very nice to, you know, from us at Besties, it would make me feel very proud to race for cancer charities and have £1,000 to give them at the end. The thought of it makes me want to cry now. Wild. Let's get back to the video anyway. So yeah, the link's going to be in the description for that. I would have signed up already. So anyway, I want to focus on myself, focus on personal throughout the year, and then I want to get ready for home. Here is about the things that sort of make your house a home. So at the moment, the goal is to buy a house, but what is likely to happen is I'll buy a house, I'll move in, I will have no white goods, I will have no sofa, I will just have what I have in my brother's, which is a bed, a TV. I mean, like, what more do you need, to be honest? I want to be able to make things happen. So I want to save for rooms, so save for rooms. So I'm not anticipating any significant building work or anything like that, but if that's the case, that's the case. But for me, I want to save like 5.5k, and what are we doing for 5.5k? That is the Little Wonders. So the Little Wonders will do that. So as we finish Little Wonder, we'll funnel that into like specific places. There's 6 main areas, and I'll share that with you on Thursday. So there's 6 main areas that I want to focus on just having a grand for just in case. Like if I need to buy white goods, I don't want to be in a place where I have to get the best that I can afford. I want to be able to afford the best thing for me. Do you know what I mean? And then the other thing is to save for Christmas. So save for Xmas. I don't know what I'm going to do there, but I want to save for Christmas. It's important to me. What we did this year was a big thing. It was having £520, and I was able to treat myself. This is the goal for next year, and I know it looks really messy. We will pick up this piece of paper and transfer it into the new planner when we've got it, but we've really got 4 main goals. When I say 4 main goals, I'm lying to you. I'm just lying to you. I've got 1 main goal, which is to save 44,324.45, which basically is 45,150 from the 300 envelope challenge. That is a challenge in itself. It's going to be so difficult, but I believe we can do that. After that, I want to focus on myself. I want to be completely tatted up. I want to spend more time with my friends and the people that I care about. Mole removal, if it happens, lovely, yeah? And clothing probably will need to happen. After that, I want to be ready for my home. I want to have a little bit of money for when I move in, and things will happen after that. Like once I've moved in, I'll, you know, figure out, you know, all my bills and stuff like that, and mortgage overpayment and stuff like that. Then I'll start thinking about doing things to the house and stuff like that. And then finally, I want to save for Christmas, because I want to do that again. I don't know what the challenge is going to look like. Maybe I'll tell you on Thursday. Maybe I haven't figured it out yet. That's where we're at with goals. We will transfer this over to the new planner when she comes. Maybe we'll do that together. I don't know. But yeah, that's what it looks like for now. Bestie, thank you for letting me ramble on this video. I mean, for me, it's been 18 minutes. I don't know what I've edited down to at this point, but I know you're invested in my goals. I know you're invested in what I'm doing, but sometimes it's like I've got to give myself a massive goal, and not feel stress about it, because I remember this time last year I said I'd like to save £20,000 and I was having palpitations. I was like, how can I put this out into the internet just in case it doesn't happen? And it did happen. It happened mega early. I don't think that's going to be the case with this one, but I have to say my goal is 45k. My goal is to get a house this year, because if I only get part way, I'm so much closer and I'm so much happier. So it's important for me that I share that with you. Whether I achieve that or not within the year, we'll soon know at this point next year. But, you know, bestie, wish me luck and continue to support me, because I can't do this by myself, bestie. Thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you are going to comment, please use this emoji. Do you feel inspired from this video? Because for me, I know that when you start talking about big amounts of money, and I remember when I started my budgeting journey, I was looking at creators talking about big amounts of money, and I was like, I literally cannot relate to that. What we've got to understand is, when I have a house, that money will be gone. It'll be gone. I'll still be debt free. Well, I won't be, I'll have a mortgage, but that money will be gone. So talking about trying to save up a couple of £1,000s to do this in my kitchen will be the new norm. So if you're finding this type of content right now pretty difficult to relate to, which I completely understand, it won't be like this forever. But you have created a monster, so it's your fault I'm in this position. So buckle in, bestie. Have you considered becoming a channel member or a patron? Patrons get exclusive content, sneak peeks and significant discounts off my Etsy store. Channel members get early access to every single video. In fact, they've seen this video long before you have, bestie. If you like the sound of these perks and you like the sound of me, have a look at the links in the description. You will not regret, bestie. That's all we have for today. Tomorrow is a check-in. We're going back to something normal for once, where I'm probably not going to feel like I'm going to cry. But until then, bestie, I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. We've got to show this in the thumbnail, right? It's going to be like something like how I plan to save 45k this year. That'll do, won't it? All right, bestie. I will see you tomorrow. Are you not sick of me yet? I'm sick of me. See you tomorrow.